Hello everyone, welcome to the day 2 of our new Linux series. So in day 1, we discuss about the what is Linux and about the kernel and what is distro and some basic commands. So today we are going to discuss about the file management and some text processing and how we are going to do this using some commands. Okay, so for that I am just using my local terminal where I installed the WSL. So let's get started. Okay. Yes, it started now. Hmm. So basic command is like the cat command. Basically, cat command is used to concatenate and display the content from any file. Okay. So let me just create one sample file. You can create from your Linux also, or you can directly create from that VI or using VS Code. Okay, so let me just create one file like test file. Okay, and in that file, I'm just adding some content like hi there, then a cloud shiro, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, as you can see, the text file has content that we provided. Okay, now if you wanted to display the content from that file is in your Linux terminal, for that you can use cat command. So you just need to provide cat and then file name. For example, here test file and hit enter. As you can see, the content from that file is displayed here. Okay. Now, then the second command is as you know, like in programming languages, like in Python or all, in Python, you can directly display the output. Okay. But in case of like C++ or any other commands, you would printf statement. In case of Java, you use println to display the output. Similarly, in shell script or Linux, you use echo command to display the or to print the uh, content. Okay, like hi. So as you can see, the hi is printed. If you wanted to print any variable, then in that case you can just need to provide like a. So currently a variable do not have any value set. Let me just set one value like a equals to 2, and then if I print the value from variable a, as you can see 2 will print it. So this is echo command. Now if you wanted to store the output from of some strings directly into one file, or that file will be created directly, at that time you can also use that echo command. For example, echo then one string like there here we come. Okay, and now this output I wanted to store. We use a redirection operator here that we are going to discuss further after some time. But keep in mind, this redirection operator is used to get that echo output and store that output in one file. For example, here my file output.txt. Okay, so now you can see here my file output.txt one file was created, and when we use cat my file output.txt, you can see the complete output is stored inside that file. Okay, now the next command is lace command. Basically, a lace command allows you to scroll through the file in one page at a time. Uh, it is useful like if you have large files and it doesn't load entire files into the memory. So at that time, that lace command is used. Okay, so for example, Let me just one file here, like we have our test file. Okay, and here I'm just writing like 3, 6, any words, like random words. Okay, and I'm just saving that file. Now to use that command, you just need to write less then test file. Hit enter. That command will view the file by page, like one page only. The content from one page, entire content is display here. And if you press up arrow or down arrow, then you are going to move upward and downward using that up arrow and down arrow. Okay. And if you hit like space, then the page will move forward. Currently here we don't have any pages, multiple pages, but similarly you can do. Okay. And if you press Q, then you are exit from that file. Let's say you have large number of data present in the text file. Then in that case, it will be useful. Okay. Now, similarly, we have one more command that the command name is more, which is more simpler than the less command and more basic to that. It allows you to view the file content one page at a time. Like for example, more and then test file name. As you can see, it directly print the all content directly. Like it does not print the content page by page. Or here you are not allowed to like uh, navigate to that file. Okay, directly it will print the entire content. Then the next command is head and tail. Basically, head command is used to print the like we have lots of data present, but you just need to print some top or first some lines or some first some data. At that time, you are going to use the head command. And if you wanted to print the last data or the data that ends currently, at that time you can use tail command. Basically, this type of commands used to view the logs in case of logs that are recently created or some logs that are previously created. So at that time, you can use head and tail command. So currently in our file by default, if we use head command and then test file name, so it will display you the first 10 lines by default. Okay, as you can see, these are only 10 lines. As you can see, first 10 lines are displayed. Okay, these are lines are not displayed because by default head command will use the number of lines as 10. But if we provide number of lines as 20, so at that time you can see it will show the first 20 lines. Currently, we do not have an entry lines, so it will display the content completely. But you can provide the lines here. So how much lines you wanted to display, that lines are going to show using that head command. And for tail command, also similar. If you use tail and then file name, you can see the first last 10 lines are shown in that command. And similarly, you can use hyphen n to customize this command and print the number of lines as you wish. You can see the complete 20 lines are printed here. But let's say I'm just printing the data from the test file, and let's say that file is continuously from some streaming platform or from any log file. That file continuously append the data one by one, one by one. But if you directly use tail command, so it will display the content of the file at that instance of time. So if you wanted to continuously view the data one by one using sequence, so for that you can use tail hyphen f and then test file. So if the new data is added, then that data is continuously append here. Okay. So this is how the hyphen f flag is used with tail, and similarly you can use that flag with f also. So basically in case of logs, because logs are continuously appending, so at that time if you use tail hyphen f, then at that time that data is continuously shown in the console. Okay, so this is how tail and head command works. Let's take one short exercise for the tail and head command, so you will be able to understand it more quickly. Let's 200, and I need to display it in number file, number.txt. Okay, as you can see in number.txt, the sequence from 1 to 100 was there. Okay, now if you wanted to display the first 10 digits, then directly you can use head. So it will show you first 10 digits, first 10 lines. Okay. Now, if you wanted to uh, print like 20 lines only. So at that time, what? It will using n flag, you can able to view 20 lines. Okay. Similarly for head command also, tail command also, if you use number, as you can see, 91 to 100, that means 10 lines are printed from the bottom. And you can also provide here n flag and then number of file or lines you wanted to display from bottom. So similarly, this will work. Okay, with the help of that numbers, we will able to understand the basic concept what's going to happen. Okay, so this is how tail and head commands work. Then this is how we are going to like do things in files, or how we are going to manage the files, or how we are going to extract the text data from that file. And then the next command is we are going to use that command to edit the file. Basically cat command is just used to view the content from the file, or we can append the content inside that file. But what if we wanted to edit that file, or we wanted to write something in that file like our text editor? So for that we have one command, that is the nano command. So basically nano command is used like nano. Then you need to provide the file name like number.txt. As you can see, this will display open one GUI editor, and then in the editor using up arrow or down arrow you can able to move. And if you wanted to edit something, so for that you just need to like, you can see there are lots of options here. You just need to press here Control O to write out. So if you hit Control O, then you are able to edit. Okay, so as you can see, I'm directly able to edit here. Like here I add one, here I add one. Now what if you wanted to exit that from file? Then what you can do, you just need to hit Control X. Basically all these options are shown here. Okay, as you can see here, if I hit nano, as you can see here, options are shown here only. You can use that one. That is means you need to hit the control. Okay, now I am the Control X, that means exit. Okay, you can use like a Y option to confirm and no option to discard during the save. Okay, yeah, so let's make one change here. Like here I added 1122, and now I hit Control X. Now it shows, it mentioned that you wanted to save the modified buffer. If you press yes, then the changes will save. If you know, then changes will be discarded. Okay, if I hit yes here, enter, the changes are saved. Okay, this is how we are going to use the nano. But nano basically mostly used in like GCP Cloud Shell, uh, because we have another one editor like vi, which is more powerful than nano. So that vi or vim editor we are going to use. You can write vim or simply vi to use that editor. If I hit number, tap and hit enter, as you can see that editor is open. You can use same up arrow and down arrow to move inside that file. And for edit or insert, you just need to hit press the I button in your keyboard. Now here is show one message like insert. At that time you are able to insert the values inside that, or able to manage some data or strings, like use backspace to delete, or similarly other things that you are going to do in your editor. That all things you are able to do inside here. And if you wanted to escape from that exit mode, you just need to press the escape command from your keyboard, which was present in the leftmost corner. Then as you can see, then the editing is escape. Okay, then if you wanted to save that content, you just need to press W. So at that time the content will save and queue to quit. Okay. Now, if you wanted to like exit from this file, then at the time you just need to press like colon, like shift plus colon, and here if you press W, then what? That file is saved. Okay. If you press Q, then at that time you are going to exit from that file. If you wanted to exit without saving, then you can directly use Q. If you wanted to save first, then you can use W. And what if you wanted to like save and quit directly? So you can use WQ, both command in single uh, input, hit enter. So at that time, that file is saved and exit. Okay, so this is how VI command is used, which was more powerful command. And now let's see the content from that VI command. As you can see, what we modified. So here you guys can see we like modified it at 22, 33, 44, 55. So this is how that VI command is used to manipulate the content from the one file. Okay. Now, let's quickly move to the next topic. So basically, that was like searching and filtering. Okay. So we are using grep command to search some string or some value from any file or any string. Okay. So let's say you wanted to, we have one our like we have one file. Okay, this one, and from this file you need to find out the three number. So where the three number is present. Okay, so at that time you just need to use grep command, basically that searches for pattern within that file, and it is a case sensitive by default. But if you use I flag, grep hyphen I, at that time it will work as an insensitive, case insensitive. Okay, like for example grep 3, you will need to find what grep 3 number you wanted to file from test file. Hit enter. As you can see, where in which line the 3 is present, it will be provide you as an output and it will highlight it. Okay. So now let me just write one another text like a cloud hero. Okay. Now I need to find hero from test file. So now what happened? As you can see, only s- the case in the that case we provide, like here we provide the small case, that at that time only small case data from that file is shown here. But if we use, because grep command is case sensitive by default, but if we use hyphen I command, at that time the grep command will work as a case insensitive, and you can see the string that matches the that pattern, like hero pattern, that pattern is printed with complete line. Okay, so this is how grep command basically used to find out the data from the files. Now here also like three number. Okay, now I wanted to find the three from not only test file but another file also, like number. So you can provide as much as file or as much as data. So that the grep command what do, it will go inside all files and find the three or the searches pattern that we provided here. And if you hit enter, as you can see, the number.txt, it will find three like this, and from our test file like this. Okay, so that data is from text file, and this all data is from our number.txt file. So this is how grep command is used. This command is most widely used in industry or in shell scripting or in automation also. Okay. Uh, Now, if you wanted to search like inside one directory, so let's say we are currently in our Linux directory, and inside the directory you wanted to like search. So for that you are going to use like R flag, like grep hyphen R, then pattern, then current directory. So at that time it will check three in current directory. So completely, okay, complete. it will check. So this is how recursive command basically work. And if you provide one folder, so at that time it will go inside that folder and search the multiple files or directories recursively. Okay, so for that we are using grep hyphen r command. Similarly, hyphen n output was there for grep. So in that case, it will display the output uh, based on number of lines that we are provided with n flag. Similarly, that we discussed about with our head and tail command. Okay, now let's go to one of the most widely used command, that is sed command. Basically, sed command is used to replace the value, like old value with a new value inside the file directly using the command. You don't need to open the file and edit it directly from command. You can able to use. For that you just need to use sed command. And let me just create some files like echo old file. Okay, that I'm going to save inside one file like my file. Okay, dot txt. If you cat that my file my file dot txt, you can see the content inside that file is old file. But if we use sed command to replace that old with new, so at that time you just need to like the old, like previous content, then slash with the new. Okay, then here just one thing you just need to use like yes, because we are doing with string, then again slash, and then file name dot txt. So as you can see here, that new content is display here. But if we see that file dot txt, that still has the old uh, data. Okay, so that yes hyphen is directly used to just display here only. Okay, but what if I wanted to replace the text completely inside that file? I don't want to just like uh, display the output. Okay, so like for that you just need to use like I, then I flag. Like this was our previous command, so you can use like I flag. And if you hit enter, then at that time it will replace that content from that file. It will not just display the replaced value, it will like go inside that file and replace the content using I flag. If you are not going to provide the I flag, it will just display the new value instead of that old one as an output only, but the file remains same. Now the file was edited. If you use cat to view that file, so as you can see, the content from that file is like new file. Previously it was old file. So this is how that sed command is used, which is a very powerful command, and it's going to use very widely. Okay, now let's say I'm like listing the output in detail way. For that we are going to use our ll command. Okay, now here you can see this is first column. Okay, this is second column, this is third column, this is fourth column, then fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and nine. So we have nine columns present in this output. Okay, now what if you wanted to like display the particular column data? So at that time you are going to use awk command. Basically that command is used to text processing, and awk is a very powerful tool for finding the pattern and scanning and processing. Okay, it is particularly good for working with column data, right? So for that you just need to use awk. Then in quote you need to use our curly braces, and here print command to print the data. So which column we wanted to print? So if we provide one here, so at that time it will print the first column. But from where you wanted to print, like from ll command, and we are using pipe here. We are going to discuss it about later what is pipe. But for keep in mind, basically it will use to echo the output from our first command to second command. And if we hit enter, at that time you can see only first column is printed here. Similarly, if we use 2, so at that time you can see only second column is printed. Similarly, if you wanted to print the only file names present inside a given directory, so at that time you just need to provide a column number like 9 for here. If you hit enter, as you can see, only file names are going to display here. So this is how awk command is going to use. Okay, now let's understand the use case for that pipe that we are going to use here. So for that, let's say if we are going to cat like number dot txt, okay, and here you wanted to grep something, so you can directly use grep command. But after that you wanted to grep something, so you can use pipe also here, grep. So that output will be provided as an input for our next command. That is the main use case for the pipe, grep like 95. So you can see only 95 is going to print. And again, uh, I'm just using 9. So as you can see, multiple lines are provided. Again, if I use pipe and hit less next command less, so at that time only our next command is going to display the output in page by page. Okay. Similarly, we can use like instead of less like tail. So as you can see, only last 10 digits are printed here. So last 10 lines from the bottom are displayed here. So this is how we can use the pipe command to provide the output from the first command as an input to the next command. Okay. Then let's come to our the first command that we are used like we I told you that this command redirection we are going to see in further time. So let's quickly discuss about those commands. Okay, let's say you wanted to add something in one file, my file with this. Okay, this or we can simply use with operator. Okay, and you wanted to provide that output as an input for one file. So at that time, you just need to provide the file name like file dot txt and hit enter. Then if you cat that file, you can see that output is added here in that file. If now what if I change something here like width, I remove the width, now hit enter, and again I use that cat file name. As you can see, the previous data got deleted and new data is added in that file. So for that purpose, we are going to use our single redirectional operator. But if we wanted the previous data to be still there and add a new data or append a new data, so at that time we are going to use our double redirection operator. Okay, so what happened? Currently in that file only this is present, right? Now we are adding this one again. If I hit enter and if you see cat file name, you see that next data is appended in new line. If again I hit enter the same one, you can see now same data is added in again new line. So similarly, you can add as much as you want. So that was the use case for redirectional operators. Okay, so that's it guys for today. Hope you guys like this session. Thank you so much.